Hello viewers, this is Mahantesh Bhapri, BRP Secondary, BRC, Vijayapur Rural. This is my new video on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for 10th class English second language. This is written by R. Venkatraman, the former President of India. So before we continue, please subscribe our content, like and press bell icon button to get new notifications. So before we continue, let's study about the author. Ramaswamy Venkatraman was a lawyer, independence activist and politician. He served as a union minister. He was 8th President of India. This chapter is taken from his book Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, The Man and Message. In this chapter, the author tells us about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's life as a student, his hesitations and his observations on Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar's student life. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a voracious reader. He was very eager to get knowledge. Whenever he finds new book, he used to read it and get knowledge about it. He had an insatiable thirst for books. He cannot get satisfaction without he read new books. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. In New York, he purchased about 2000 old books. When he went to London for second round table conference, he purchased so many books, old books, sent them to India in 32 big boxes. This trait or feature can be appreciated forever. Next topic, major influence on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. While he was in USA, he saw the 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the USA. The 14th Amendment was to give freedom to black Americans. It was a great problem in America. He saw at once the parallel of the situation of the depressed classes in India. On his returning home, Baba Saheb was greatly influenced by the life and work of Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. So major influence on Dr. Ambedkar, still we can continue like this. Mahatma Phule was the votary of classless society and women's uplift. Votary means protector, or we can say great person. And he made many contributions regarding women's upliftment. This impressed on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's life very much. So he devoted all his time and talents for betterment or amelioration of his underprivileged brothers. He started newspapers such as Mukanayaka, Bahishkrita Bharata and Samata. So these were three newspapers which became the authentic voices of depressed classes. He also started institutions such as Hitakarani Sabha, the Independent Labour Party of India. So Dr. Ambedkar's newspapers, we can get image like this. Firstly, Mukanayaka and Bahishkrita Bharata's image we can see like this. And one more edition of Mukanayaka I have brought for you. So these are the model newspapers of Dr. Ambedkar. So next, major influence on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. His newspapers were authentic voices of the depressed classes. So they spoke their troubles, tortures of their daily life. His institutions became the vehicles of change. They brought many changes in the society. During this period, Gandhiji was pioneering in the field of reform of Indian society. So Gandhiji started his own reforms in Indian society. He included the uplift of depressed classes whom Gandhiji had called Harijans. So he called those people as Harijans, the people of Hari, the people from Hari we can say. Effective contributions of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Baba Saheb was elected to the Bombay Legislative Assembly in the elections under the Constitution of India Act 1935. So he made effective contributions to the debates in the assembly on a variety of subjects. We can get many books on his debates. His flair for legislative work became evident to the whole nation. Next, effective contributions again continued. The Constituent Assembly of India afforded or provided Dr. Ambedkar the opportunity to give most notable and permanent shape to his social philosophy and dignity of human beings. Mainly he believes social philosophy and dignity of human beings. For that he got an opportunity to work on Constitution. Though Dr. Ambedkar was not in Congress party, the Indian National Congress Party requested him to serve on the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly and made him its chairman. So Ambedkar's work as chairman of a drafting committee. As a chairman of drafting committee, Dr. Ambedkar anticipated, means expected every conceivable, every important requirement of new polity, means a new political system after independence. So he expected. He had complete knowledge over the constitution of almost all countries of the world. It means that he read almost all constitution of the world. He had a command over those all constitutions. He knew the distinctive needs of our own society. He knew that what are the special needs that he must cover in that constitution. So he raised brick by brick. It means he started his work slowly, gradually. His magnificent edifice was the fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. This is his best contribution. We can appreciate still now. So next, Dr. Ambedkar's work as chairman of drafting committee, which we may continue like this. The other luminaries on the committee were, luminaries means members, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, next K.M. Munshi, N. Gopalswamy Iyengar. Not only these, 15 women luminaries were there who worked very hard. Among them Sarojini Naidu, Rajkumari Kaur, Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Like that we can say so many names for this. These are some names. These members also made their own contributions to the process of constitution making. So members of Constituent Assembly, we can see the picture of those members of Constituent Assembly. Here you can see almost all in group photo. Next, Dr. Ambedkar's observation on Constitution. It means that what he had perceptions on Constitution. According to Dr. Ambedkar, the Constitution is a fundamental document. Every country must have this document to run its government. It is a document which defines the position and powers of three organs of the state. They are the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. He had a clear perception of the mutuality of the three pillars of state. So you can ask here one question: which are the three pillars of the state? The legislature, the executive and the judiciary. Ambedkar's observation still we can explain like this. He strongly stated jurisdiction of each should be clear. So every judgment should be clear. There should not be any kind of doubt, and judgment should be untrammeled. Nobody question that judgment. At the same time, he had a sense of the importance of role of citizens. So he also explained what are the roles of citizens and how they have to work for the betterment of our country. He also defines the powers of executive. Powers of executive means the government employees, how they have to work according to the constitution, and how legislators work according to their own limits and powers against the citizens. The main purpose of the constitution is not merely create organs of state. So by creating three organs, it is not only purpose of a constitution, but to limit their authority. We should put certain kind of limit to those three. Otherwise, if no limitation was imposed upon the authority of the organs, there will be complete tyranny. Tyranny means complete dictatorship and complete oppression. Oppression means complete dictatorship. We must put some limitations to them. Next, Dr. Ambedkar as first law minister. Jawaharlal Nehru chose Dr. Ambedkar to be the first law minister of independent India. Though he was not in Congress party, he was unanimously elected as the first law minister. Why? Because this was a recognition of Dr. Ambedkar's skills in the field of law and legislation. He had a greater amount of knowledge of law and legislation. He was also a great tribute to his vision. So this was a great tribute, a great contribution to his vision of social justice. He had a great social justice concept and vision, and to the new Indian polity, he had got one more vision about the Indian polity. And above all, this was a tribute to his own campaigns against social justice. He made many campaigns against social justice. So these were the provisions provided by Constitution prepared by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What are the improvements we got in the life of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes after 4 decades? 4 decades means after 40 years. In the last 40 years or 4 decades, much progress has been achieved in providing equality of opportunity to people. So Constitution provided equality of opportunity to people to develop themselves. Members of scheduled castes, once doors were closed to them, now those doors were opened for their improvement. No legal bars exist today for self-expression. They can express their ideas, views, and they can do for their self-advancement, self-improvement. Nobody can stop them now. They are taking admission in institution of higher learning and working public services. So they are getting master degree and other degrees, and they are working in public services also. They were working higher offices both at center and state. They are working as judges, ambassadors, governors and higher officers both at center and state. It means that these constitutional opportunities gave many opportunity to develop them. The annual reports of the Commissioner for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes listed several violations. There may be several violations of the law, but still there is so much of improvement in their life. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's work will be truly complete only when social discrimination means one is great, other is low, one is superior, other is inferior. This is called social discrimination, and this should be completely eliminated or removed from our society. So the importance of constitutional methods. Dr. Ambedkar always stressed the importance of constitutional methods to achieve social objectives. Dr. Ambedkar described the methods of civil disobedience, non-cooperation and satyagraha, which were the methods of Mahatma Gandhiji, and he opposed them. He described them as grammar of anarchy. Anarchy means no system in that country. These methods can be used in a struggle against alien or foreign power. So civil disobedience, non-cooperation and satyagraha can be used while foreign power is ruling the country. So when we are ruled by our own leaders, our own people, so such methods cannot be useful. So these cannot be used in free India, because he advises the people to use constitutional methods to get justice. And he advised the people to go to the court and get justice. And misdirected and volatile result in the lives of public property. So misdirected ways and volatile ways can lose many lives and public property. This should not happen, he says. So caste divisions in India. So this is very important in this chapter. So since from olden days we can see caste divisions in India. About 2500 years ago, Buddha questioned the caste divisions. According to Buddha, the only two caste divisions are noble and wholesome. Second one, ignoble and unwholesome. So next, according to Tamil poetess Avvai, there are only two castes in the world, namely, first is the charitable who give and they are superior. and the misers who do not give, they are inferior. So according to Tamil poetess Away, these are the two castes in the world. Next, throughout Indian history, great saints and sages exposed the hollowness of caste divisions. Hollowness means emptiness of the caste divisions, and tried to bring all communities of India together in a creative partnership. So they tried to make India or our country in one whole. So in further, but caste still exists because of sustaining its power structure. Under the policy of divide and rule, the British rulers exaggerated caste distinctions and divided the people to strengthen their hegemony over us. British tried to strengthen their hegemony, their power over us. That's why they developed caste system. So this is very important thing that we must know, how we are having still caste system and how to repudiate caste from Indian society. So Mahatma Gandhi and Dr Ambedkar proclaimed the oneness of Hindu society. We must be one. We must be one society. We must live in one society. But their ways are different. Mahatma Gandhi did so by reminding the higher castes of their duty towards a depressed class. Mahatma Gandhi said that people of higher caste should do some work for depressed classes. They must work for the betterment of depressed classes. And Baba Saheb Ambedkar did the same by reminding the people of their inherent rights to equality with higher and more powerful castes. So he stressed about inherent rights. So one stressed duties, Mahatma Gandhi stressed on duties, and others stressed on rights. So Nehrus speech at Lok Sabha. When Dr Ambedkar passed away in December 1956, Jawaharlal Nehru made a moving reference in the Lok Sabha. He said, though Jawaharlal Nehru did not believe in Ambedkar, but still he said proudly that he described Baba Saheb as a symbol of revolt. Nehru appreciated Dr Ambedkar's perseverance and persistence. These two qualities are very important, so far Dr Ambedkar is concerned. Nehru also said Dr Ambedkar as the champion of the oppressed and depressed classes in India. Nehru also said the day is not far off when Baba Saheb Ambedkar's dream will come true. So if we work for the betterment of those people, certainly his dream of Samata will not be far away from us. It is very near to us. So we can see so many new words. Whereas yes, very eager for knowledge, insatiable, that which cannot be satisfied, amelioration, made better, conceive, think, edifies, system, here system, devolve, be transferred or passed to somebody, indefatigable, never giving up, perception, ability to see, hear, understand, untrammeled, not restricted, tyranny, cruel, unjust, oppressive rule, oppression, bad rule, cruelty, injustice, statute, law, acquitted, let free, eliminated, removed, entrenched, deeply noted, hegemony, controlled by one country or organization, epic reforms, heroic reforms, vantage point, advantageous position, volatile, liable to change rapidly, wholesome, good for one's health or well-being, virulence, being harmful or deadly, complacent, calmly satisfied with oneself. So how 2 marks questions can be asked? Those were the new words. So better them practice. Those new words are very useful while writing answers to some questions. So the first question, how can you say that Dr. Ambedkar was a voracious reader? Secondly, how did 14th Amendment to the US Constitution and Mahatma Phule influence Ambedkar? This is also very important question. What are Dr. Ambedkar's perceptions about the 3 organs of state? Fourth question, why did Nehru choose Dr. Ambedkar as the first law minister? Fifth one, why did Dr. Ambedkar describe the methods of civil disobedience, non-cooperation and satyagraha as the grammar of anarchy? How did Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Ambedkar try to wipe out caste discrimination from India? So those were the 2 marks question. So let's discuss on 3 or 4 marks question. So the first question we can have, how can we explain Dr. Ambedkar's observations on Constitution of India? This is very important. Secondly, how did Dr. Ambedkar struggled hard to bring equality in the society? Referring to this present chapter, you have to write at least 1 page for this. So thank you for watching. So if you have not subscribed my channel, please kindly subscribe my channel so that you can get good videos from me and give me feedback in comment box, and press bell icon so that you can get notification of my new videos. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.